Okay, I've been doing something to my bike. I've been welding it because the rear right brake had a problem. It was wearing unevenly, and I found out why it was wearing unevenly. It's because the mount for the brake arm on the right rear was cracked, and so I welded it. And I ran out of welding wire, and I went to the weld store and to buy some more wire. And the welding supply store guy tells me, "Hey, you can't MIG weld with this. I use a flux core wire. You can't MIG weld chromoly. It's not the same." I've been welding it. As a matter of fact, I've welded a bunch of stuff on my bike already. "Oh, you can't do that. It's just not the same." Apparently, you can't weld chromoly with a MIG welder. So I did my research in the internet if you can or cannot. And I found out you can. A lot of off-road vehicles using chromoly have been welding with MIG. The only reason they would use TIG is because it's a little bit stronger, just a little, and cleaner, and takes forever to weld. And so I went into the garage and I took my MIG welder, not TIG, MIG, and I welded my chromoly bicycle. And here's what happened. First of all, the crack was there, here, and inside here. It looks just fine. It welded just fine. It's beautiful. So why would they tell me you can't do it when you can? There you go. There you go. Nice and clean. That's a nice and clean weld, isn't it? It's just beautiful. So I guess they lied, or they don't know what they're doing. Either one. They lie or they don't know what they're doing, because you can MIG weld chromoly. Period. Just heat the metal up first. That's a trick that I found when looking at the for information from these off-road guys. I use this to preheat the metal, and I use this to weld my bike. Lincoln MIG welder. MIG. I got one thing to say to my welding supply store. Learn the truth of the world, the truth of physics, the truth of bending the rules. Freaking shit.